Okay, would Gyomo care to make a physician roll, please?
I was going to consider also trying the see if we could analyze anything magically, but 1 second. My physician's skill is a mere that. I shall ask the blessings of the Buddha on my skills and fail my physician roll by 1.
Well, from a doctor's point of view, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with him, but you can certainly try to detect and analyze magic on him.
I will attempt to go into a trance then.
Okay, a short while later.
It's too noisy in this inn. He says, knocking off 9 power. I ask if we can move to somewhere more quiet, please.
Certainly.
Okay, I will try again. Sorry, can Hatsu also attempt it? Because Hatsu has those skills, or since Brian's not here, is it all resting on me?
More fun if it's all resting on you, if you're asking my opinion.
Well, we're not asking your opinions. Make a dice roll for Hatsu.
Okay. Magic detection. I'm not sure whether that's a successful dice roll for... sorry, Yoshida. My apologies. Yoshida. I should be calling her Yoshida.
No, you call her Hatsu because she's a merchant. She's not got double name.
Well, you said it was Yoshida Hatsu.
Yes, but I've changed it to Hatsu. Okay.
Okay. Do you want to change it in the spreadsheet as well, on the tab? Anyway. Okay,
no, because I can't change that. I'll be down to Mr. Dobson.
I've done it.
Okay, fine.
Done it.
Righty-ho.
Thank you very
Well,
done it live.
both of us failed. We shall move to a quieter spot, and I shall attempt to go into a trance once again. No, I'm sorry. It must be the aura of the village, etc. It's not conducive. Am I allowed a third try?
It's up to your power resource, isn't it, Dave?
Oh yes, but I don't know whether Tim has any limits on number of times I can try.
Ah, okay.
You begin to think that you're not going to succeed today.
Okay, I will.
Try for the Shigenja again.
Okay, let's see whether or not Hatsu succeeds. Well, Hatsu succeeds in the magic detection to see if there is any active magic on.
There is no active magic on him. Right, for Brew's... Hold on, just a minute. For Brew's information, last time Okawa got severely injured and they're checking to make sure he's not suffering from other diseases and other injuries.
It was injured by a beastly thing, like a...
And that's the character that Oliver is playing.
Yeah.
Yes. It was under an illusion. It looked like a ghost of a female warrior, but it was some sort of ghost or demon.
It looked like a hungry frog or something, didn't it?
A being that looked frog-like, yes, or toad-like, or it was horrible.
Right, everybody would understand that to mean some form of garki, which is hungry for something or other, hence the term hungry ghost.
Ah.
Yes, so it might have had some effect on Okawa, which would mean it would be leeching stuff from him. If it had succeeded in infecting him or something, but at the moment we cannot find anything wrong with him. But we will keep a close eye on you, Okawa.
Apart from obvious injuries,
if
I was beaten nearly half to almost to death. I'm still very
You were sliced almost to death.
Yeah.
You were sliced almost to death.
That's right, yeah. I've still got like 14 lethal damage or something. I'm still pretty cut up.
Well, I can attempt to heal some more of that. Has he gained one healing rates back yet?
We're
Or
not
not?
on, no, we're not on the next day, I don't believe, Dave. I think we're still on the 21st.
All right,
No,
in that
wait,
case, we'll have to wait until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Can I use my physician's skills to try and get him a good night's sleep and improve his healing, his chance of healing, or not?
You certainly can. Do you
I
have a
will-
do you have a medicine kit?
He looks at his Buddhist robes and his begging bowl, and no.
Do any of you have a healing kit? A doctor's kit?
I certainly don't. I'll double check.
Well,
I
why
don't
would
think
they? None of them are physicians.
so. Nah.
I've been taught how to do it, but I have to work without all these kind of highfalutin, expensive accoutrements.
In that case, Hichiko will give you a bandage and a unit medicine.
I bow and thank him politely, very gratefully, and kind of suggest Okawa does the same, and successfully make my physician roll.
Okay, in that case, Okawa can have another 3 hit points back.
Oh. Is that when we rest? Yeah.
No, you
overnight.
get them immediately.
Oh, is that
That's
a
a
heal?
salve, bandage, and a doctor treating
Ah,
you for
right.
your.
Nice one. Nice one. Thank you,
Fine.
Gyomo.
It is my duty.
It's much appreciated. Very grateful.
I will make sure that Hichiko has the report for the daimyo, and then I shall go and say my prayers.
Right. Can you all see in your journal an item called Episode 1 Yuki, or Bandits, or something along those lines?
Episode 1 UK, yeah.
Journal.
Yep.
Episode 1. Yuki.
Right,
Yes.
Brew, if you would like to read that, assuming it will let you, it should do. That was that was the episode I ran last week, and it's my write-up of it. And if anybody finds anything that's really wrong with it, let me know, and I'll change it.
All right. Do you want me to read that out loud for everybody, or just on my own?
No, just read it for yourself for now.
Okay.
You can read it out loud if you wish. I don't have a problem with that.
I'll read it out loud if you want. Tim? It's good for the viewers, actually. So the party consists of...
Oh, if one of you wants to read it out, that's
Yeah.
fine, as I say.
I'll do it then. So Bandits, Episode 1 Yuki. So a party consists of Imagawa, Michinora, who's a middle Ronin Bushi, and he is played by Dave D. Gyomo, who is a high farmer Buddhist Gakusho, is played by Dave W. We have Yosida, also known as Hatsu, is a high merchant Shugenja, played by Brian, who's absent. Ashikata Okawi, the middle Ronin Bushi, is played by Nick. The Kiyoto Morikawa, that's me, the low farmer Budoka. And we have, no, that's not me. That's Jeff's character, Jeff's late. And the Okawa Nobuhito, the low Ronin Bushi, that's me, sorry. Yuko is our new character, played by Brew tonight. She is a low artisan Bushi. Our starting location was Gifu in the Mino province on the 30th of Shiwasa, Year of the Boar. Ryu no Yoro attacks Amaterasu Ominokami and fails. First of Mitsuki, the Year of the Rat. The Kappa and Cucumber in Gifu. During the first week of the year, Hitoko the merchant hires the group for a trip to Yedo. He expects the journey to last 2 months. Pay is 2 silver per week and he will pay lodging expenses, etc. New Year's competitions in Gifu. Members of the group enter some competitions, except Hatsu, Yuko and Ashikata. Results are Imagawa, second round elimination in Kenjutsu, and first round in Kyujutsu and Aiojutsu. Gyomo was out in the second round of Physician and the first round of Rhetoric and Butsudo. Okawa was out in the second round of Naginata Jutsu and the first round of Kenjutsu and Kyujutsu. Kiyoto went out in the second round of Atemiwaza and the first round of Shuriken Jutsu. On the 10th of Mitsuki, on the last day of the competitions, Ashikage Shiman and Inabe Yorisuke perform a display of swordsmanship, which Ashikage is considered to have won when he lands a blow on Inaba as Inaba slips slightly. 11th Mitsuki. The group meet up with Hitiko and Gifu's southern gate, and once the caravan is organised, leave Gifu bound for Yedo. That afternoon, the train travels along the Tokaido and reaches the brewers, and I have to skip to another page here, village, aka Hida. The village is noted for its sake breweries and the distinctive smell that goes with it. It is also on the banks of the Hidagawa and the border crossing into Owari province. Imagawa speaks with the other people in the train and learns the following rumours. Ashikage Kyu becomes Lord of Aikawa on Seido Isle at the express invitation of the Shogun. It is assumed that it is payment for services rendered. Number 2, food prices in Mino and Aichi provinces to rise following poor bad harvests last year. Number 3, unrest in Edo following an increase in taxes. Number 4, bandit activity on the rise will be worse following the events of the 30th Shiwasu. Number 5, Hitiko is an ex-adventurer, however, several of the men think he still is. 12, Mitsuki, cross the Hida and travel to Jessen village. Stay at the Artisan's Rest, an A-class inn with fine cuisine run by Ijiro. The village is not only a border post for the Owari-Mino border, but also the Owari-Ise border. 13th, Mitsuki. Cross over the border in Ise province, stop at Limara village, aka the Temple village, as it is associated with the Temple of the Restful Way. Hatsu hears the locals grumbling about the bullies in town. 14th, Mitsuki. Continue along the Tokaido to Kasurugi village. 15th, Mitsuki. Continue along the Tokaido to Fumagawa. Whilst this is an unremarkable village, Michinori overhears the locals grumbling about Honda Yachi, the village samurai and headman, Yata not doing enough to catch the people for attacking villagers at night. 16th, Mitsuki. Travel to Musutoranu village. Shozaburo, the headman, is a long-term friend of Hitiko. The inn at the Sea's Fury has some excellent woodcuts of ships at sea. 17th, Mitsuki. Reach Nagoya, a much larger city than Gifu. It's noticeable that Hitiko is not well liked in the city, partly because he's a very good merchant and partly because he's an ex-adventurer. 18th, Mitsuki. Reach Komaki village, which is the Ise-Owari border. As the train enters the village, it disturbs 4 individuals beating up a peasant. On seeing the train, the 4 run away. The man turns out to be the village headman, Hida. He explains that the ruffians were after the protection money. After getting permission, the group, less Imagawa, Gyomo and Yuko, chase off after them. After a short time, the chasing group finds a substantial building a quarter ri from the village. Following a cautious approach, the group finds this building to be an abandoned warehouse. On entering the main storage area, the group spots footprints heading down some stairs. Creeping down the stairs, the party discover a transverse passage and choose to turn left. This leads to a large room, but once all are in the area, the floor collapses and tips them into a cesspit. Whilst getting over this shock, a pale ghostly figure of a young woman appears and attacks them. Following a swift combat, during which the ghost nearly kills Okawa, they defeat her. During the combat, Kiyoto spots a corpse partially immersed in the gunk. Once the fight's over, the group investigate the corpse and find it to be a headless peasant. At this point, they decide to retire to Komaki and report what happened. 6. On their arrival back, Gyomo casts Healing Blessing on Okawa and wants to know more about the ghost. When the group have finished telling their story, Gyomo wants to immediately head out and confront it. However, he is reluctantly persuaded that it's too late to do that this evening, and will have to wait for tomorrow. 19th, Musuki. Hitiko and the train depart for Abdurawa village. Imagawa accompanies the train. Gyomo requested permission to lay the ghost to rest, which was granted, but Hitiko was unamused. Gyomo and the others returned to the warehouse, only to find it a burnt-out shell. As Gyomo was attempting to retrieve the headless corpse, something grabbed his ankles and attempted to drown him in the cesspit. However, quick thinking by the others prevented this from happening. Once recovered from his near-fatal experience, Gyomo used his Dissolve Illusions power. This successfully revealed that much of what the character saw was indeed an illusion. More importantly, this revealed a frog-like creature grinning at them. This fled the moment Gyomo successfully exorcised it. Once it had gone, any remaining illusions dissipated to reveal a 30 by 30 foot square pit, 6 foot deep, and that the corpse was no longer headless. The group carefully extracted the corpse from where it was and returned to the village. Here, Hidehira identified the corpse as a young woman named Yuki, who disappeared along with her lover. Tadayuki some 20 years ago. It is something of a mystery as to how she was so well preserved for a 20-year-old corpse. Gyomo performed a Sigaki rite over her body, and the group then rushed to catch up with Hideko et al., which they managed to do at Abdurawa.
Okay, I noticed that some of you have been commenting on it as you went along, which is fine, and I'll make some changes later, but I think I got most of it.
Nice.
Very well.
The bit I had there was, I thought it was the 20th we'd arrived at Kamaki, and then therefore being on the 21st the following. But
That's fine.
Yeah, I've got
I'll
us on the
change it to
21st.
20th because this is the 21st. I was a bit confused myself there, but it's not a problem.
Yeah, I've got us on the 21st in my notes.
My notes agree with Dave on that.
Okay, you all go to bed, you get up the next day. Would Okawa care to make a health save, please?
Yeah.
You'd love to
I
make
would
a
like
health
to
save.
try. Let's see. Ooh, where's my sheet? Health saving throw.
that should do it.
Yay, it does
Yeah.
just. 8 is my number. Oh, Brew, you're looking for your number or under on skill checks and
Okay,
attacks and stuff.
when you get up, you're not feeling very well.
No.
And when you go to the toilet, you pee or poo blood,
Oh.
which is not a good sign.
No, it's not. I will actually.
I am extremely concerned about this.
Well, the first thing I would do would be go and tell you, yeah, because you're my physician.
Yeah.
The rest of you notice that Okawa is not looking very well, and he's got a bit of a funny smell in actual fact.
Oh.
Can I try and diagnose what seems to be the problem now?
He's suffering what is commonly known as the bloody flux.
That does not sound good.
A disease.
A disease you catch from swimming in a cesspit with open wounds.
Right. I had tried to wash and clean his wounds to stop them getting infected, but you must have swallowed something as well. How are his wounds looking?
His wounds look all right. It's an internal infection, as it were.
I'm still wounded. I'm
Righto.
still down 11.
I believe I'm right in saying I think he needs to find a Shinto shrine and ask a priest to get rid of the disease.
That could happen. Yes.
Sorry, out of character. As I understand it, Buddhists are more concerned with the beginning and end of life, birth and death. And Shinto priests tend to deal more with the kind of in-between bits of diseases and so on. Is my perception wrong?
No, that's not wrong. But as a doctor, you can actually treat his disease with a unit of medicine, which of course you don't have.
Oh.
Correct.
We need to get one of them.
I will
so good.
politely suggest to Okawa that he ask to purchase some medicine from the caravan so that I can attempt to treat him.
Certainly. How much money do we need?
How much money is Hitiko willing to let you have it for? I believe is the answer, Lord.
We'll ask him then. Are you going to ask him or will I have to ask him? I'm smelly and in a bad way. It's probably better you ask him on my behalf, actually.
Then nobody needs asking because the word will get round that you're suffering from a disease and he'll come to see you. And he does.
Okay.
After all, you can't go anywhere if you're all diseased.
Correct. And he doesn't want the rest of the train catching this from you. I will explain that I believe it's the bloody flux from him having believed that he was swimming in a cesspit. It was a powerful ghost or demon, and I will beg a medical unit to assist me in trying to deal with this bloody flux.
He will charge you 4 silver for it.
Oh. Right, well, I'll have to give him a gold and get the 7. I meant 8 back.
Well, you can have 7 if you want, but the actual number's 8.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay,
I'll pay
and
for
I
that.
will attempt to treat the bloody flux.
Okay.
Ooh,
Oh, there we
two.
go.
Well,
Right,
today's treatment's been successful.
Okay, Okawa feels really rough this day, okay, and goes to bed early at night when you get to the next village.
And I would advise you not to get involved in any fights if you can avoid it.
I'll do my best. It's my job. I am a bushy, but I'll do my best.
Yes, we'll
I'll
minimise unnecessary exertion.
I will have my bow ready instead of my naginata and my.
Okay, you notice that you are given a wide berth by everybody in the train, unless the players tell me different.
Stay well clear.
I shall
What
make
was
sure I
that,
go
Nick?
and wash.
So we will stay well clear. I certainly will.
Yes,
Oh, nice one,
I
boys.
shall go and wash carefully after my physician attempt.
He's ill and he smells. Keep away.
I'll take extra care
Okay,
when I
the
wash it in the
21st
morning as
passes
well.
peace,
Sorry.
and you travel to the village of Munihika, Munehika.
You mean the 22nd passes peacefully?
All right then, yes, the 22nd.
Yeah.
Munihika.
Okay.
Keep on top of me, otherwise it will get away. Anyway, you stay at a place called the Kitsune's Jest,
Mhm.
which is an enormous inn on the outskirts of town. In fact, it looks like the village is attached to the inn rather than the other way around.
Oh,
Class A. Is it that big?
It is a Class A, yes.
Really big.
The innkeeper, who is called Muniyachi, greets you and appears very solicitous over the ill character that you have with you.
oh yeah. What's he saying?
Why, she's saying, oh, you're suffering from a disease. Oh, that's nasty, nasty. I have just the room for you. Right? And you end up in a little gazebo, which looks like a bit like a tea house, all by yourself.
Oh, great.
She doesn't want you near any of the other
Yeah, other
guests.
guests. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I shall sleep outside Okawa's door to
Aw.
in case there's any need for me for help for my services overnight.
I love this character.
I hope it doesn't rain.
Actually, no, it doesn't.
Oh, that's good.
You wake up in the morning to find that somebody's put a good warm blanket over you.
Oh.
Oh. When I see the innkeeper, I shall bow politely and thank them very much.
Oh, no problem, she says. Can't have our Gakusho getting ill now, can we?
How is Okawa today?
He appears much improved.
Do I get anything back for the
Oh, good.
overnight? And do I get a 1 healing rate back?
You can have 1 health back.
1 health back.
Yeah, which you didn't know you'd lost, but never mind.
Oh.
You've not actually healed any lethal damage.
No, okay. But my healing rate, does that go back up? I've got 5 minus 5, 0, so it's 5 minus 4 now.
Hang on a
yes,
second.
please.
Hang on a second. Does that mean he's not healed any of the lethal damage that he'd taken at all?
No, I just don't. Not
Not
anymore.
not that was left after you'd healed him. No.
Ah, right. So no more overnight. Just he's got a point of health back that he didn't realise he'd lost.
Yes, that's what the bloody flux does to you.
Ah.
Right.
But does my healing rate
Well,
go
that's
back
what
to 1?
Yes, it does.
Nice.
So the Garki was obviously sucking your health.
I feel terrible, but I mean better than I did yesterday. But yeah, it's bad. The demons infected me with a disease.
Right. When you go for your early morning bath, which you take by yourself, you notice that somebody's changed the bandages on you as well.
In my sleep, someone's been in and changed my bandages.
Correct.
Oh. And have they done a good job, I guess?
This way, they've done a better job than your physician did.
Oh, okay. And I've got no recollection of anyone coming in the room or anything.
No.
Oh, okay, that's curious. Some sneaky priest. Okay. I mean, I'll probably
Are
wait
you
out.
letting anybody know about this?
I mean, I'm gonna in the morning. I'm gonna talk to Gyomo because he's outside my
Actually,
room and tell
would
him.
I spot that when I was checking his wounds to make sure everything was okay or not?
Yes, you would have done.
Aye. So I would be discussing
In
with
which
you, Gyomo, and I would say that I don't remember anyone. Like no one disturbed me in my sleep. It's the strangest thing. You need to do me a favour. Can you get me breakfast and bring it out here to me so that I don't have to go in the rest of the inn with everyone because I don't feel very welcome in my state.
Okay, I will go and get his breakfast, and if I can get a quiet moment with the innkeeper again, I will bow low and thank her for looking after my patient. He is very grateful for the attention, and
He is
then
well.
I shall take his breakfast, quietly avoiding any thoughts about what the innkeeper might have been doing, and looking at the sign of the inn, and keeping my thoughts to myself.
Oh, I just realised, Dave. Oh yeah, that's why there's a sneaky.
But who knows?
Yeah, 2 and 2 just clicked for me.
Okay, as far as the rest of you are concerned, when you see Okawa in the morning, he's looking much better, and he's not sweating or smelling a bit. No, and he looks
Nice.
much rest. He's still a bit wounded. He hasn't healed anything yet, but that's the way it goes.
At least I don't stink anymore. That's good.
Oh, no more than usual.
Cheers, mate.
That comes from spending all time walking up and down a road.
Yeah. Do you have my heavy armor on yet?
Right, just so I can actually move the game on a bit. The next few days pass, and you pass through another.
County.
Another 5 villages, okay, which names are in the planned journey if you want to know them.
Okay.
And then you reach the city of Yosida.
Very good.
On what date? What date do we reach Yosida? Tim?
That would be
27th?
The 28th.
20.
okay.
Thank you.
Yoshida. Did you say this was a city?
Yes, it is about the same size as Gifu.
Okay. Now, over those few days, I guess, Tim, what happens with my healing rate and my lethal damage? Do I get any back?
By the time you get to Yoshida, you'll be fully fit.
Including healing rate?
Yeah, including your healing rate.
Nice one. Superb. I am healing healthy, boys.
Glad to hear it.
Oh, good.
Just having a look at the planned village. It's good. The planned journey. It's quite long. We're what, about a quarter, a fifth of the way down it? Yeah, a quarter maybe.
Right, you're about a quarter of the way down, yes. The inn you stay at is a modest-looking inn called the Warrior's Repose.
Like that.
And waiting at the Warrior's Repose is an Ashikata who's about 40. And he brightens when he sees Hitiko and the rest of you. And he comes forward and bows politely to Hitiko and says, may I have a word with you? And Hitiko says, well, yeah, sure. When we've bedded down the animals and got all the goods under lock and key and such, come and meet me in the inn. And he bows politely and then backs off. A bit later that evening, the man who's called Hammer Tada comes in and sits down and starts to talk to Hitiko about events that he thinks are happening along the Tokaido.
Okay.
It's quite obvious that these two know each other and are friendly because their banter is relaxed. Hitiko takes the time to introduce you all, and Hamatada bows politely to those he should do, and as equals to those such as Yuko and Hatsu, who are of Hymen birth.
Bow politely back.
Bow politely back
Excellent.
also.
The main gist of his news is that there are some serious bandit gangs operating between Yoshida and the town of Numatsu in Kai province. While this is not necessarily a total surprise to everybody, he names some bandits whom you've all heard of, and you think, well, if they're operating down here, we're going to be in for a really tough time, because they are known, not quite nationally, but very well along the Tokaido that you're traveling. Okay? Most of them appear to have the name Ashido attached to them, which is a Ronin clan who are into banditry and other sorts of things, especially if they can kill a few samurai at the same time.
Oh, so they're known baddie Ronins. Okay.
Indeed they are. There's actually quite a good reward if you can locate where they're actually based so that we can go along there and trash their citadel, which is what we assume they're in. The other point that seems to surprise Hitiko is he says, well, he's come across some knowledge that there is some sort of spider being who appears to be able to control Kumo at some distance and appears to be organizing them into more cooperative bands. Hitiko goes, what are you talking about? And he says he's had some reports, which he shows to Hitiko, that small groups of people, up to about 8, have been attacked by bands of Kumo who are well coordinated and more intelligent than they should be.
And bad enough as they are, we don't need them organised and more intelligent.
Yeah, I heard about those things. I was reading about them in the in the Heroes of Nippon. It's a book, an old book that I found. And I was reading about the Kumo. They're deadly enough one at a time. If somebody's organising them, that's a big problem.
Indeed. Now, he is off to Hida province, okay, and to the town of Takayama to try and investigate more. Hichiko says, Takayama, why are you going to that backwater? And Hichiko says, well, he's heard of a man called Hiyomata Unu, who is headman of a village called Tatsu Yoya, who may know more.
Okay.
Hichiko goes, you want to go and talk to the coward? Hamatada looks surprised and shocked, but he's a great general. No, he's not, says Hichiko. He's a rank out-and-out coward, and you do best to kill him when you meet him. Hamatada looks at the rest of you and then says, is that an order, sir? And Hichiko goes, no, it's a suggestion that you do so.
He said, is that an order, sir, to our merchant?
Yes, he did.
Just making sure I'm picking up the ranks that's going on here. Our merchant is not just an X something, he's still a something, and he's high ranking something.
Oh, yes.
We thought he was in disguise before. Confirms it.
Do you think he's someone more, like, someone very important disguising himself as a merchant caravan to maybe go a little, and that's why he's got all the protection?
No, you are convinced that he's actually a merchant. He may be other things as well, but he's definitely a merchant.
Okay. Well, the goods, he's got all the goods and stuff to back it up. Like, he's got a lot of goods for a front. Like, he would have fake goods if it was a front, wouldn't he?
Well, no, it's not so much that, but he appears to be making money out of it.
Yeah, we see him stopping and
So
buying and selling, yeah.
He's certainly got experience of commerce, but
Okay, Hamatada bows a little more deeply than he should. He gives you all a look that says, you best keep this to yourself. This is easily interpreted. He then picks his katana up from the rack where he stored it and walks out.
I know nothing.
Hichiko looks around and most of the men in the room fail to look at him, and he looks at you lot. He doesn't say anything because he doesn't think he has to, but he bows politely and leaves.
Bow more deeply.
Once he's left, you notice that there's a scroll lying on the table which he's failed to pick up.
Oh.
In that case, I shall retrieve it and take it to him.
Okay, make a wit saving throw.
What wit saving throw? No, if there's anything underneath the scroll, I'll take that as well.
No. It's just that you might have read part of the scroll by accident. You return it to him, and he bows politely.
I would not have read it by accident.
He bows politely and takes it off you and says thank you, and then politely shuts the shogi screen in your face.
Oh.
A short while passes, and you, the PCs, are the only person in the common room in the inn, so you can discuss anything that you like.
I mean, finding out where those bandits are and the reward that goes with that would be nice work. I don't know if I fancy taking on groups of Kumo, organised Kumo.
I believe our task is to escort this caravan safely to its destination.
It is, but if there's bandits on the road between two of the villages that we're going to, They're danger on the road. We're going to deal with them anyway, aren't we?
Oh, if they
Maybe.
attack the caravan, yes, but
Attack the caravan, and we're here to ultimately to attack the caravan until our orders change. Or we succeed. Or we finish the mission.
Oh, we do the boss tells us.
I suggest we give anywhere we stay a very good spring clean. Corners in the ceiling, etc. Just get rid of any Kumo that might be around. If large size Kumo are being organised, small size Kumo might be being used as spies, I say. And we'll borrow a broom and give the room a going over.
Okay. Right. If nobody wants to discuss the events that happened in the inn, we'll move on.
Certainly not in front of the trader anyway, the merchant.
Oh, no, he's in his room.
Oh.
That's where I took his scroll.
I'm not going to bring it up. I noticed though.
Well, no, so I'm going to assume that nobody brings it up, so you go to bed.
No. I shall go to bed, having made sure there aren't any
Okay.
spiders.
Okay.
What do you think's going on, Imagawa? Anything we need to be concerned about?
I think we'll have to play it by ear. But clearly, there's. Guess we pay more attention to our surroundings as we go.
Worried
Yes.
about getting caught between bandits and Kumo.
Yeah.
One at
Not
a time, yeah, but
keep an eye out at each village we go for anybody that's paying attention to us.
yeah.
Faces that we might see more than once.
Hmm.
That kind of thing. People reporting our route. After all, if Hitiko's got the reputation,
And if
That's
bandits
it,
are
he's well known and
if
like
bandits
that,
are organised, then he's a big target, isn't he?
yeah, he's not going to be known to be a target, and
A big score for them.
yeah. So,
Are we? Do you think we're carrying particularly valuable cargo?
I don't know if it's particularly that it has. And it's the combination of the quantity, the quality, and the money he would carry as well. I think maybe. I think he's not just a successful merchant, but an important person.
you just have to think about how much he's paying to get this caravan there. All the porters,
Yep.
all the guards, ourselves.
It's definitely more than just a merchant.
Yeah.
Aye. And he's paying more than what the goods he's carrying is worth in security. He's paying more in security than the actual value of the goods.
Well,
I don't know. We're not sure exactly what we're carrying.
Unless he's carrying bars of gold, aye.
but the obvious stuff maybe, but not necessarily. He could be carrying information which would be worth a whole lot more than that.
Exactly.
Oh, you are
Yes.
aware that two of the trunks are carrying top quality art objects, which are worth gold in their own right. He's also got a die show in the trunk where his strong box is, which you've not seen him take out yet.
Yeah, it could have anything in there. Could be property
It's definitely-
deeds, all sorts.
Well, assuming it's his die show, then he's definitely not what he appears to be.
What's a die show, sorry? That's a weapon case.
That's the long and short sword.
Ah, yeah.
What we carry,
Yeah.
what boot carry.
So what's your boot rank?
Yeah.
Brew, have you got anything you want to say?
Or ask.
No, just listening currently.
Okay, that's fine. I'd like to ask because you're not making any comments. Just make sure you are still with us, as it were.
Yeah,
Kumo is spider in Japanese, in case you've not googled that already.
yeah. I got that.
Yeah,
and
nice.
organizing bands of them up to 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, big enough so they can attack a group of 8.
Oh,
A group of
gotcha.
8 people, yeah. So a kumo is a spider, but it also means like a giant spider, which is like a monster in the kind of setting. So it could be big, but big scary monster spiders.
Well, given that it was a Bushi speaking, I would imagine he was probably talking about a group of 8 Bushi, not a group of 8 peasants. Which is more
well,
worrying
you could
as a peasant.
That's
You-
very worrying.
you could, if you wanted to, seek Hammer Tider out and seek clarification.
He said that we should go see the coward for more
I thought he'd
info.
left.
Oh, he's left the inn, but he's not left town. No. Well, as far as you know, he's not left town.
No. I think I will go and meditate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, eventually, your talk tails off and you go to bed. Right. A short while passes, and you are all awoken by a loud clamouring noise, which wakes you bolt upright. It takes you a short while to realise that's a fire alarm.
Oh.
I rush outside to find
And
out.
Gyomo rushes outside and can see in the distance the glow of a large fire.
How far in the distance, joining him?
Oh, about 600 yards.
Yeah, so not really the distance per se. Just down the street.
Yes.
So, is it part of our section of the town?
If it isn't, it soon will be.
Right.
Is the wind
Okay.
blowing this
Wait till we
way?
can evacuate the inn.
Well,
Okay.
if anybody is still awake, not awake, I will arouse them. And
Okie dokie.
I shall check the other properties off on the street, our immediate neighbours, and anybody across
Wait.
the way.
Wake people up.
Make sure
Nice.
people are up.
I will.
They're all stumbling out, pulling on their clothes,
Yeah.
and you see a bunch of guys running forward with hoses and buckets and stuff towards the fire.
I'm going to join the bucket chain, I think. I'm just going to run and try and join a bucket chain. Because there'll be bucket chains, wouldn't it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I can easily join a bucket chain and be of some assistance.
I'm gonna
I
see.
will ask Chico whether some of the guards should guard his property in case this is a diversion.
Yep, I was gonna stay near Hitiko's room to just stand guard in case this was a distraction or something.
Good.
That's fine. But he says, no, go fight the fire. I shall stay here and watch my goods.
Okay, I shall go and offer my assistance to anybody who's been burnt.
Okay.
I don't think I'll be much help
Yeah.
chucking buckets with my physical capabilities.
I'm staying where we are, basically. Keep an eye on things.
Yeah, I'll bucket
Yeah.
train.
Chico and his goods.
Imagawa?
I shall stand guard outside the front of the inn, just keeping an eye on their progress. If it appears that the fire is continuing unabated, then I shall make a move inside to get Hitiko that we've got to evacuate.
Okay, you are forced to evacuate because the fire comes towards you.
In that case, we will make sure that Chico and his goods get evacuated. Shall we grab some... get the porters to check it?
The porters are already moving backwards with the stuff.
Good. Sure nobody gets lost or drops anything or leaves anything behind.
Right, Oliver, would you care to roll? Right, I'm about to ask you to roll 2d6. Do you
Okay.
wish to act in a cautious, a dutiful, or a courageous manner?
Courageous.
Okay, roll 2d6 and add 2 then, sir.
I want it high or low. That's right in the middle anyway. 9.
Right, on a piece of scrap paper, okay, note down round 1, 1d3 heads.
Yep.
And roll a d10 and add 3, please.
So many people have got splashed with water. Add 3.
No,
did you
one
say?
d10
Oh,
and
sorry.
add 3.
1d10 and add 3, not 3d10, sorry. 11.
Okay, now roll 3d6 and take that as injury points or
Oh.
health point, hit point loss.
Okay. Yeah, for being brave and just getting right in about it. This is my injury. 12 injury.
Ooh.
Ouch. It's subdual damage, I imagine.
No, that's lethal
No.
Oh,
damage.
is it
No,
fire damage? Oh.
That's
Oh,
fire damage.
yes.
Yeah.
Ah.
What did I say I was
ouch.
going to do? I was going to go and help people who've been burnt.
Well, that's me now. You're my personal physician,
yeah.
Dave.
Ah, dear.
Ouchie.
Right. Right, would the rest of you care to roll 2d6, please?
Certainly.
Good luck, all.
5. Sorry, it's an 8 rather. My apologies.
5.
An 8 for me as well.
Right, Yuko is not hurt. The other 3 of you, please roll 2d6 again.
Another 8.
3.
Imagawa gets a d6 heads.
Okay.
Nick's character gets 1 head. Gyomo gets a d3 heads. As the fire laps around you and catches you all by surprise.
Ouch.
Yeah. Well, that implies there's an awful lot of people getting burnt.
Yeah.
Big fire.
At the moment, there are, yes. Do the 4 of you, other than Nobuhito, want to continue guarding the goods?
Yep.
Or helping the wound?
I said if it looked like it was getting close, I was going to come inside and force Hitiko to evacuate. We need to get out.
Okay, so...
I'm not sure where
essentially
all his quarters are, but he needs to.
Of course, is
Need
a
to get
strong
moving.
word. You've been trying to convince.
Oh, no, he's quite happy to leave. No, the fire is out of control at the moment. It's not under control, so if we stay here, we're likely to get burnt to death.
Good, he's not a madman.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, I will help those with me to try and escape this fire.
Yuko?
Is there any chance of picking up any of this to try and salvage it as we flee?
You certainly salvage stuff as you go, yes, that's not a problem.
Okay, then I will flee as well.
Okay. everybody but Nobuhito roll 2d6, please.
Ten.
7.
Stop rolling high, guys.
10 for me.
Yuko and Gyomo take a d3 hit point damage each.
One point.
And the 2 Ronin don't take any damage this turn.
Okay.
Quick question: do you want us to roll that D3 damage in roll 20, or do we have a preference on where that is?
You can roll it in d20, please.
Sorry, you said roll 20 or?
Yeah.
Roll 20, yeah.
Yeah, roll 20. My apologies.
A.
Okay, 1 point. Right, Nobuhito, you're in the heart of the fire. How do you wish to act this turn?
I'm in for a penny, in for a pound. I'm going to act courageously. It was the +2,
Roll
wasn't
2d6.
it? It's not an extra dice. It was +2, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to act courageously. 2d6 +2 is 11.
Doing really well there.
Okay, you take a d6 heads.
So do you want me to roll that, actually? The 1d6, or am I just writing down 1d6?
At the moment, just, no, if you've got a piece of paper, just keep track of them because
Yep.
we can roll them all at once at the end.
Cool, cool. But obviously, injury, like, nah, I don't have to just write down that.
And
It
you
goes in the
roll the
character sheet.
d3 damage, sir.
I roll for d3 damage.
Yeah, 1d3.
2.
Add that to the damage you've already taken.
And that's 12 plus the 11 plus that 2. Ouch. So 12 plus 13 is 25, jeez. I'm in a bad way again,
Tim.
boys.
Yes, Dave?
Upon fleeing the inn, I shall make sure I'm last man out. Check the inn, shouting, calling, knocking down screens, etc., to make sure there's nobody left in there.
Okie dokie. Noted.
Presumably there are injured that I'm helping to escape.
Yes, there are plenty of injured people. There are quite a number of dead people too.
Yeah, well, I can't do anything for the dead. I'll have to come back tomorrow to do the honours, but with those that are alive, I will try and help to get out.
Would Yuko make a Senjo Jutsu roll for me, please?
So that's the D20.
And I have to be below?
Yeah.
I do not. My permanent is 15, so that's over.
I realise that. Put it this, at the moment the fire brigade's not doing a very good job.
So the roll that you were doing there is on the D20 is actually rolling under the BCS. So it's even worse than it seems.
Ah.
Under the 3. 4 with your level.
Yeah, it's the
My
last
apologies,
number, the right-hand column you're looking for.
Gotcha.
However, although you We've not made it. The fire brigade is not winning this fight at the moment. Right, on to round 3, as they say. We'll start with Nobuhito. Are you courageous again?
I mean, I'm gonna die, so I might as well be. Yeah, I'll be courageous. No. What's the options? Courageous, dutiful, and what's the first one? Cautious. I'm gonna act cautiously this time because I'm very injured. So is that 2d6 minus 2 then?
That is correct.
Nice. Okay. Come on, roll low, you son of a bitch. So 4. Yeah?
Okay, you take 1 head.
Okay.
I have 1 2d6 roll for the rest of you, because it'd be quicker this way.
Okay.
Oh dear.
You've got 11 there, Tim.
I have got 5 hit points left, gang. Again.
Surely you should have more than that.
Well, if you said you take 12 injury, take 11 injury, plus 2 hit points damage, plus 4 injury. Are they all hit points, the injuries as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 5 hit points left. I've taken
No,
29
no.
damage.
I think you've made a mistake there. I think it's 12 plus 2 plus 2. It's not 11. I don't know where the 11's come from.
Oh, okay. I had 12 plus 11 plus 2, and then 4 there.
Well, you should only have three sets of numbers written down. So
Yep.
scrub the 11 and just do the other. Because you've only had 3 rounds of the fight, you see, so you can't have 4 lots of hit point damage.
Yeah, but the first time you said I took 11 injury, and then you made me roll for more damage. You made me roll 1d3. So
No, I
it
think you
was-
rolled an 11.
Yeah, I rolled an 11
And
for
that
the first
gave
lot of
you the
damage.
injury, which was the 2.
Alright, so I've only taken 2 hit points then. I've not taken 12 and 4.
You took 12 on the first one,
Right.
because you were in the thick of it.
Yep.
But then you rolled an 11, which I think was another 2.
Right, okay, so I've taken 14 plus 4 from that.
Yeah, 18.
Okay, 18.
Yeah, you're still badly hurt, but you're not nearly dead yet.
Yeah, it's not as close as I thought it was. Sorry.
Right, Imagawa, would you roll another 2d6, please?
Sure. 7.
All of you take, in the command group, as I call it, take 1 d3 heads and a d3 damage.
Another point of damage.
Nice roll.
Can I take 1 round just to kind of quickly check these aren't illusions? If this ghost is chasing us, it could be.
They are not illusions, sir.
Dear.
I look at the burns on my arms and my legs, like they feel like an illusion. Blisters.
Well, you caught a disease from an illusory septic pit, septic tank, or cesspit rather. If you remember, illusions are powerful.
It's not looking good, peeps. The fire is still raging and appears to be increasing in intensity.
Ooh, dear.
A brave retreat, maybe. I'm going to try one more round. I'm not as injured as I thought I was. I'm going to attempt courageously one more round to put out as much fire as I can.
Okay, roll 2d6 and add 2 then.
Okay. roll low for once in your life, Oliver. That's been good. 7 plus 2, 9. So is that
Doesn't
9
actually
damage?
matter greatly how much whether you're rolling high or low. There's a mixture of damage and heads and stuff within the table.
Right, okay, so that isn't 7 points of damage.
There is some benefit to
Right.
some of the
That's
higher
just what
numbers.
you roll. That's
But yeah, the table's mixed.
Got you.
So
roll 1d3 for heads.
You want me to roll it now or
Right
just
now.
write down 1d3, yeah?
I'll just write it down because
Cool.
it's easier to add it up.
That takes 7 damage.
And then I suggest you make a speed saving throw.
Oh, oh. Come on. Yes!
Okay, being supernaturally alert, you don't run into the building that's just collapsed,
Nice.
because that would have been another 3d6 fire damage.
Can I think of any other Buddhas who may have power over the fire that I could invoke? There are people dying here. Granted, it might be their time to die, but not necessarily.
Well, the best one would be the Jizo of Victory. Become victorious over the fire.
I will attempt to invoke the Jizo of Victory. I don't
Okay.
think I have much chance, but I will attempt it. There are people
Go for it.
dying here. A 5. Well, my magic BCS is 5, so that would invoke potentially invoke something with a spirit rank of 5, but I'm not in a temple, I'm not before an image of the Buddha, I don't think I'm currently in a state of sin. It's possible that one of these houses have got incense going up, but I don't have time to do a Kagura. But
You mutter a hurried prayer and you get no response.
okay, how many power do I lose?
None, because you got no response.
I think it's used.
Listen to what I said.
Yep. No. Okay. Fine. No response. Fine. No power used.
Okay.
Fine.
Imagawa, would you care to roll 2d6 for the command group, please?
10.
Right, you will take another d3 damage then.
Could have been worse.
Another 2.
2 points.
Apart from Gyomo, do any of you look like you're going to keel over and die?
I mean,
Not yourself, Oliver, in the
Oh,
command
okay.
group.
I'm not sure who else we've got here, whether there's any of the other men or porters or anybody else apart from Hitiko.
Oh, no, just assume at the moment it's the player characters. I've already done the porters in that.
Right, okay. Well, I'll continue to try and drive people forward and urge them to get their feet moving and
Yeah,
remain the
like
last
to do
one.
this.
Stu's not here.
In fact, I shall shout forwards to Ashikata. Try and find us a way through this. Find us a way out. Take lead. I don't know whether we're actually leading or just all running in a mass hoping. So let's see if we can get a bit organised.
There is some structure, but not a lot.
Right. Well, we'll see whether that helps.
And can I help to kind of inspire the troops?
You certainly can.
Should that be a Senjo Jutsu again?
Yes, please.
Just misses.
No, no. The point is that the men know you reasonably well, and they are spurred on to attempt to get out quicker. Okay.
Oh,
We're up to round 5. You'll be happy to know, or not, as the case may be.
good. Can I exhort people to kind of work together to help each other
Certainly can.
using my rhetoric?
Yes, sir. I
This
won't.
is-
I won't have you. I won't have you roll, because everybody's scared enough that anybody pushing forward to get people out will make
Good.
an impact.
Okay, fine. So they start helping each other rather than everyone for themselves. Good.
Indeed. Okay. Nobuhito, make your 2d6 roll. Are you being courageous again?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I will die in this fire if I need to. But I'm going to be courageous.
Working at the heart of the fire. I mean,
I need to be
shame no one
courageous.
can see you because you're behind all those flames.
2 + 2 is 12. It's not good, is that?
Right. Roll 1d6, add 1, and that's how many heads you.
I'll write that down for heads, yeah. 1d6 + 1.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you take no damage.
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
Okay, Imagawa, roll your 2d6, sir. And you may add or subtract 1 as you see fit.
We'll add 1. 7.
You make it out of the main area of the fire into somewhere that's not quite as badly burnt. It is also apparent that at the moment the fire brigades are beating the flames back. Hurrah!
Hey.
Okay, let's take stock quickly of everybody in the command group. Make sure nobody's about to fall over, but then we need to push it ahead to get a bit further, put a bit more distance between us and the fire.
I believe the person in the worst condition is actually your priest.
Right.
I've got as many hit points now as Hatsu has.
Okay. Can you put a bandage on or something like that? Give yourself a.
There are people here who need it more than me.
Yes, but if you fall over, you can't help them.
The greater good. Appeal to the greater good. That's how you
Right.
get them.
I'll play.
The answer is no, I can't put a bandage on because I don't have any bandages.
I have a spare set of underwear you can use as a bandage.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, you can have a hit point back, sir.
I'm going to say, find the worst of it, and then we move it.
Yep.
Round 6.
Oof, here we go.
So, Nobuhito, roll your 2d6, add 2.
You're assuming I'm courageous now. I like it. You're correct.
Maybe you're being watched.
10.
One d6 plus 1 heads.
Okay.
And a d3 damage.
Okay. Just do the old d6 and half it. 2 damage.
Imagawa, you roll 2d6.
There you go.
Trying to lead us away from the danger, Tim, as I've to be finding a way out.
Okay, in that case, roll a d20, Nick. You managed to avoid the worst of the fire. Would you care to roll another 2d6, please, Dave?
Yeah.
Oh no, wrong Dave.
Imagawa. Taking charge of the command group.
Okay. no damage is taken by anybody in this round.
Okay.
Round 7. Yuko realizes that with another couple of good rounds of firefighting, the fire might well actually be put out because it's been considerably reduced. But it has caused a lot of damage to the town. Okay, Nobuhito, roll your 2d6 and add 2.
Sorry, 6. Plus 2 is 6.
That is 1d3 heads, and that's it.
Nice. I'm assuming heads are
Imagawa?
good things.
Okay.
You'll be glad to know that you've got away from the fire. And at the
Okay.
end of this round, it goes out. So, Oliver, care to roll 2d6, please, sir? And you may add or subtract 2 as you see fit.
Is this if I'm courageous? I'm adding 2.
That's right.
I'm adding 2. 11.
Okay, you take 2d6 heads.
That's round 8. Okay.
No, that's actually the victorious round because you put the fire out.
Okay.
Get the extra.
Nice.
The fire is finally out, and a good portion of Yoshida has been consumed by flames. Okay, because that take you 7 rounds to put out, an hour a round. In theory, I don't think it's an hour a round because that's far too long. But anyway,
Right.
Right.
Firefighting a city by hand with buckets is going to take hours. That actually feels realistic to me, I think, Tim.
okay, fair enough then.
Yeah.
It takes 8 hours.
Yeah, I think so.
We have morning light.
Indeed. Okay.
Quick date check. Is it the 30th now?
It'll be the morning of the 29th. We arrived in Yoshida on the
that was
28th.
29th of the 9th. Yeah, that was the morning of.
Right. I now want you to add up the number of D3 and D6 and any pluses for heads you've got and roll them all.
Okay. Got a D6 and a D3, so I shall take 2D6. The second one will be the D3 halved. Okay, so 1 and 3 is 4 heads.
2d3 for me.
Okay, note that down.
Okay, so I'm going to try and write out the command, make sure I'm doing this correctly. /roll space 5d6. Someone stop me when I need to put brackets. 5d6 plus 3d.
I just put slash R 5d6, no spaces.
I was going to do it all in one. 5d6 plus 5d3 plus 2. See if this works.
Oh, if you want to, yeah, it'll do it. It'll do. Just put whatever you want plus whatever you want.
28.
Right, did Yuko take any heads?
I took 1.
Oh, that's why you don't have to roll. Add to that any damage you took.
Yep.
Okay.
In Nobuhito's case, he adds 12 to the number he's just generated
Right.
for 6 rounds of courageous.
Nice big number.
60 I'm on.
Okay, so you're on 60.
28 heads plus 20 damage plus 12, 60.
What is Yuko on?
For damage, total damage?
The total damage and the number of the one head you took.
8. 8 total.
Don't know about Jeff's character or the Shugenja, but we'll worry about them later. Nick, your character?
8.
Dave W.
6 heads and 4 damages, 10.
And Imagawa?
8, and there you go in the chat. Those are the 5 in the chat for reference.
Did you seen who the hero was there, boys? Eh? Come on.
I wouldn't say hero.
We didn't see you.
Yeah.
Not after the flames engulfed it.
Yeah, nobody saw it, so it doesn't matter.
Too much smoke, we couldn't see you.
Yeah, 50 of those points are up in the air.
Who was that
Right.
lump of
In that
charcoal I
case,
saw you with last
right.
night?
The next thing that happens is that Nobuhito rolls percentage dice.
Yeah. And you roll under that 60.
No.
Oh,
Okay, you are not noticed.
yeah, nobody saw you.
Oh, Jeff, too much smoke.
Right, the rest of you, please roll percentage dice, and you want to roll less than or equal to the number that you've just told me. So 8 or 10 or 6.
Like pissing your pants in black trousers, you get a nice warm feeling but nobody else notices.
Yeah, that's it.
Right,
That's it for everyone.
nobody of any importance actually notices your actions, so that's good. Okay.
It is, yes.
It's good.
Right. You may now add that number to your earned on score.
Okay. The 60.
Yes.
On from actions, isn't it?
Yep, on from actions.
So that's on your character groups. G47 is where you're looking.
Ah, thank you.
Right. Hitiko also gives you 1 koku each, other than Oliver's character because he's not there.
It's H3. That's gold.
Thank you.
Okay.
He politely he thanks you warmly for your efforts to save his goods, which were successful. Okay. Some of his porters and some of his other men are burnt, but nobody's actually dead. And this
Okay.
includes Okawa when he returns in his loincloth and nothing else. He's badly
Right.
scorched.
Nipples
Just-
burned off.
Just before he gets back, Tim, looking at who we've got here, now we are clear. I will request permission from Hitiko to go back and look for other members of our group that may have got lost or are injured or whatever. We need to go and find people.
Okay. You're allowed to do that.
And I shall look at Ashikata. Anybody else wants to come and check?
I will help.
Well, I shall bow politely to Hitiko and return the koku to him and ask him to, if using his skills, he can purchase sufficient medical and bandages so that I can treat the wounded.
Okay. He goes. He sends one of his men off, and the guy comes back with 2 or 3 doctor's kits.
Okay, and I shall spend the morning doing my best to help everybody.
I'm not following Imagawa. If he wants to go and look for stragglers, that's fine.
In the search for stragglers, are we able to look and see what the source of the fire might have been?
You certainly can try. Roll a d24. You're not sure, but the local police reckon it started in a warehouse full of lamp oil, which was deliberately set ablaze by somebody, because lamp oil being flammable, you don't leave naked flames in that about, right? So it's an arson attack of some.
Did you say a factory or a warehouse?
Warehouse.
Okay.
Warehouse. Warehouse full of oil.
Okay, the man comes back with 3 kits, and he says he was a bit lucky to get that, because everybody wants them. But the daimyo's men are out and about patching people up, and that have they come from the local watch house and that sort of thing. And everybody's completely shocked, and it's just not something that should happen.
Well, if I hear that it was, it looks like it was arson when the when I finished doing what I can on the medical side, I will offer my services to. Who was it? Was it Imagawa who was looking into it, or Yuko?
Me.
All gone. 3 of
It
us.
was Yuko.
Quick question,
Okay, I
Tim.
will offer. I will offer my, my services to Yuko. I know that I have some skill in tracking. It might be able to find some clues.
Quick question, Tim.
Sorry, go on.
I'm looking at the planned journey. We're at Yoshida, and you said before that one of the rumours was about bandits being particularly active between 2 villages. Can you tell me which villages they are so I can work out how far down the route they are from us?
It was between the towns of Yoshida and Numatsu.
Yoshida and Numatsu.
Where we are.
Yoshida, where you.
Right, so this one, yeah.
Numatsu was.
Right, so between here and there, right, got ya. Yeah, there, got it.
Okay. So, can I attempt to position the members of the party and the Hitiko's train?
Yes, you can. I shall let you position everybody for
Fair
2 points of healing for everybody who's wounded,
Okay.
including
Everybody
you.
gets 2 points back. Good. And I currently have my religious power available because I was certainly up and greeting the sunrise, wasn't I?
Mhm.
Yes, you were.
You see, I'm not with the
In
group
that
at this
case-
point, Tim.
What was that, Oliver?
You see, I'm still not with the group at this point.
No, you've caught up.
Okay,
Because
so
basically, well,
Yep.
this is taking time. It's not minutes. It's hours.
I was
or
just
half
to know if
hour.
I get that healing or not.
Yes, you do.
You do.
Nice.
And
2.
I shall use all my power in casting healing, summoning healing miracles. So I will do 1 on each of the party, except myself because I'm only 1 down. So I'll do 1 on each of the party, and use the rest on anybody else, the locals who need it.
Okay. I should be generous and say everybody gets 6 points of healing who you heal.
Good. Okay. Is that 4 plus the 2, or 6 plus the 2?
That's a dice roll of 6 plus any bonuses.
Okay. So in that case, everybody gets another 6 points back
Nice.
through a healing spell, but your healing rate is down 1. So if you got a healing rate back,
Oh,
then it's back to 0. If
That'll-
it didn't, you didn't.
yeah.
Then I'm afraid.
my healing rate's
Okawa.
back to 0.
Okay, your healing rate's back.
Did
to
I get
0.
another one back last night, actually? Was that another night?
Yes, you did.
So it's
Yes,
down,
you did.
it's down to 1 again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But I don't have any power left to give you a second healing.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you. I'd much appreciated. I'll bow.
How much power have you got?
well, I have 36 available, so that's effectively. But I used 1 to check for illusions, which it wasn't. So there were 35 healing miracles available.
Right. In that case, you get 3.5 Shugendo. Okay.
Okay. Wasn't doing it for that.
So that
We get it, brother Francis.
Yes. Okay. Fine. I get 3.5 Shugendo. That does put me over 10 Shugendo.
Hold on, just a minute. And all of the rest of you can have 3.5 points of Budo.
Nice. That puts me over 10 as well.
And that's L4 for Brew.
Yep.
Yeah, L4.
Thank you.
L4.
And when that hits
And you said
10,
we get how many?
7.5.
3.5.
Oh, sorry, 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, sorry, I had 7 before. So when that hits 10 and on hits 10, you're level 2.
Well, hopefully you should all be at 10 on anyway. But
No.
Yeah, 10.5
I don't make
below,
level 2.
83 on.
Oh.
Do we have to
I'll
change
just
those
a
numbers?
moment. All right. Nick, has your character now got 10 Budo?
Yes.
Okay. Yours hasn't, Dave.
No, I'm on 8.5. I only started with a 5.
Okay. In that case, you can have an extra 1.5 points for command during the fight.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, nice. Was that
Well, no,
for-
I want everybody at the end of the fight to be second level if I can make it. You see.
Ah. And he's getting that award for taking command, for taking charge.
That's right. Yeah.
I like it.
Essentially, while he was in command, he won 3 rounds of the combat. So he gets half a point of Budo
For each
per
round.
round. So
That's
it's
cool.
1.5, which makes 10 nicely.
It does.
Right, you're all now second level. You all got 2 points of key, and you get to roll your next hit dice.
A massive 1d3.
What is a Bushy roll? 1d10.
And
Yeah.
the d10 for power. 8.
That's a D10 plus 2, remember?
D10 plus 2.
Yes, but it adds it automatically.
Right, Dave W. You know that dice roll you've just made?
Yes?
I see a 3, not a 2.
I rolled a
It
d6.
was a D6, so
I
it's
halved
3 and 4 is
6
2.
and half in it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I halved it. So that's a 2.
No, you listen to what I said. I said I see a 3.
Right, okay, fine. It's a 3. Thank you.
Yes.
Hmm.
Right,
So do I just
So-
add the 9? I don't add the 2 in here. I just add the 1d10 roll on the hit points.
Just add 1d10, and it will go in AA10
Yep.
for Bruce.
Nice. I rolled
Yep,
9
I
at
got
both levels. I'm pretty sweet for hit points.
Look at those 7s for the Bushi. 777.
Hey.
Well, that's useful because you might well need them.
In fact, I've just noticed Oliver's 9. That'll do you. That's obviously that extra burning. You're a bit more crispy now.
Yeah,
A little bit more toughness.
Skin's hardened.
Yeah.
I look like Deadpool, but
I sit back after doing the first batch of healing and suddenly realise I've got more power available to heal more people. I go out and heal some more people.
Yes, but
Uh,
unfortunately, you don't get any extra Shigendo.
Oh, I know, but I will still use it to heal people.
Quick
And
question on
when
the
I've done
healing. When you
Hmm?
healed, you said we lost 1 healing rate?
your healing rate goes down 1 temporarily. You get
Okay.
it back at 1 per day. So
Okay.
don't reduce it. Just make a note that it's currently 1 lower.
Okay, I wrote it in the cell below. I just didn't know if there was a spot for it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, instead of
No,
changing mine,
it's just a temporary reduction.
instead of changing mine to 4, I change it to 5 minus 1, so that I always remember the core number was always 5. That's what
I
I
hope
would
you don't
do.
change it in the cell.
Yeah, it's not causing any problems yet.
Blue cells are calculations. If you write in there, it gets rid of the calculation. So if your health goes up, then your healing rate doesn't.
Right, don't worry about it. Okay.
Okay, and then once I've finished kind of dealing with the wounded, I will stop, have a drink of water, and then offer my services to Yuko.
Okay.
That is,
You're
if
all,
there's
you're all beginning to feel very tired because you spent all night or a good part of the
not
morning
slept.
running around like mad things.
I'm glad to see Guy almost stopped for a drink of water, man. Gonna run himself into the ground, like.
well, there are other people dying here. I mean, I'll have to deal with that later, but
Your compassion is commendable.
Has Hitiko found somewhere else for us to be? We need to know where we're all gathering, meeting up.
Yes, he finds an inn in an untouched part of town, and you'll put up.
Okay.
You notice that he shows a piece of paper to the innkeeper, and the innkeeper nods. Right. But no money changes hands in this instant.
No, but he's got some pull to find a place when lots of other people are going to be finding places as well.
yes. Well, the temples are going to be packed out with refugees.
Indeed, they are. All right. The most of the districts that were destroyed were industrial or commerce.
And it was
So
night.
while there were quite a number of people who had died, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I was going to say it was night time, so the casualties would have been minimal there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, before I go to sleep, I will accompany Yuko and see if I can find any evidence of anything useful around that warehouse.
Okay, make a tracking roll then.
Exactly. Which, given that the fire's gone through, probably means I don't find anything.
You are indeed correct, sir. You do not find any signs of tracks.
Fair enough. Did the merchant who owned the warehouse die in the fire, or is it known who it is?
Yes, his name is known. You can give him a name if you.
No, it's just a case of whether or not he died in the fire and possibly under suspicious circumstances, you know, knife in the back, or if he's
well,
out,
put it
out
this
of
way,
town and available.
The remains of his body are found in the warehouse that's burnt out. Okay.
Yep.
And he's missing his lower left leg.
Oh.
Right. And I would guess it's probably not been kind of crushed by a falling piece of timber. It's severed, is it?
Yes, it is. Yeah. The other part of his leg is actually found, and it's in just as bad a condition as he is.
Right.
Oh, your turn, that's a name.
Takahito.
In roll 20, that is.
I wonder why they'd want to damage Yosida.
Would Yuko care to make a Senjo Jutsu roll?
I sure can.
Could it be to reduce any attempts by the lord of the town to reduce the bandit threat?
Possible.
mean that there isn't anywhere for merchants to stay, and they have to stay outside the town, and
Right.
therefore be more vulnerable?
Right. Yuko is sort of mooching about, trying to recover, and she overhears a couple of the local policemen saying, "Well, it's a very strange fire. Do you see the way it moved and the way it's shaped?" And the other guy goes, "What do you mean?" "Well, it started over at Takahito's warehouse, and it should have gone the other way, not this way." I'm not following.
It's moving against the wind. Yes.
That's correct, yes.
So.
And the first man says, "Well, the wind was blowing, no, east. It's come west. It's gone the wrong way. It's not a natural fire." "Yeah, you're having me on, aren't you?" "Oh, I'll put money on. How about a silver each?" "Oh, you're on." Okay, and they wander off. The second man seems quite happy because he thinks he's going to win his silver. He's not, but he thinks. And then Yuko thinks about it and goes, "Well, that fire tried awfully hard to surround us and kill us. Almost as if it was attempting to kill Hitiko and you lot."
Either a maleficent spirit or a Shugenja controlling it. Well, we shall mention this to, if Yuko tells the rest of us, then we shall definitely mention it to Hatsu and see if Hatsu can find any evidence of that sort of manipulation.
And I would relay it on.
Okay.
That's what I was waiting for. See?
Jolly good. In that case, we shall involve Hatsu in the conversation as a Shugenja.
She has absolutely no idea whether it was that or not.
If that's what that rule was.
I know. She's soiled, isn't she?
Indeed, she. And indeed, that 20 was what I rolled. Yes.
She's not got a clue.
Well, she wasn't in town when the fire took place. She was off admiring the local scenery somewhere else, wasn't she?
I'm going to say yes to that. She was out strolling and didn't get back in.
Fair enough. Well, unfortunately, she didn't see the Shugenja or the maleficent being outside town either. Not on a 20.
This is true.
Normally 20s are bad, but since it saved her and her 8 hit points from the fire, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I shall bring this to Hitiko's attention if he wasn't already aware of it.
He says, "Well, I wasn't sure, but it did occur to me that might be the case." He says, "Did either yourself or Hatsu feel anything strange happening during the event?"
Well, I was too busy to do more than just to check that it wasn't an illusion. But I didn't have time to stop and try and perceive magic. And it would probably have been too far away because I am only a junior priest. I.e., if I'd done magic detection, I probably wouldn't have got it because the heart of the fire was a fair distance away from me. By day. Nobuhito might have spotted it, but he's not somebody who's skilled in that.
Fair enough. And I believe you Hatsu are soil-based? Indeed, I am, sir. Okay. Fire mage would have been best, but never mind. Well, we shall be staying here for a couple of days to help clear the mess up and rebuild. So I suggest anybody who's still injured takes 2 days of rest.
Yeah, please.
Right. So, does
Well-
anyone want to do anything in the 2 days before you set out again, or are you just going to lie there and go, ow, ow?
I'm not sufficiently hurt, so I shall see what Hitiko needs doing. If he needs anything, taking messages,
Okay,
keeping
you
tracking,
act as
anything like
messenger
that.
boy. Yeah, that's not a problem. The locals
it
are.
Messages or whatever else he needs doing. We are, after all, in his employ.
Oh yeah, but he has given you 2 days to recuperate because
Do I take all that
he's
damage
only-
off in 2 days? Yeah.
Oh, hold on. What's your healing rate at the
1. No, it's not. Sorry, it went back up, didn't it? It's 5.
No.
No, it's 5.
Oh, sorry,
minus
it was
1.
5. Yeah, down 1.
It's 4 now. Yeah.
Okay. In the 2 days, yes. How many hit points are you down?
12.
In that case, you get them all.
Sweet.
I'll minister to the wounded in the caravan, and hopefully they get recovered after that time. When I finish that, I'll ask permission from Hitiko to go and help out at the local temple.
Certainly, he says. Yes. Feel free. At the moment, we're not on the clock. He says.
In that case, I shall go and volunteer my help at the local temple to deal with the injured and help generally.
At the end of the 2 days, anybody who's still injured is now fully fit.
While I'm at the temple, I will kind of talk to people generally and see if there's any talk about anybody who's not known around the area. In other words, was anybody seen in town who's not a local and not one of the merchant train that are normally in the town? Somebody may have seen something.
Eventually, you find a man who says, "Yeah, he saw some individuals who he didn't recognise. They were dressed as Buddhist priests."
Really? I asked one of the local priests to help me endorse into this gentleman, and just to find out what we can, because bringing our faith into disrepute if people are disguising themselves. Can we get a description other than Buddhist priest?
Yes, you get a reasonable description. There were 2 men and 1 woman. They were more heavily built than your average priest. And they didn't know their sutras very well.
Okay. In that case, I would suggest that we talk to the local police and make them aware of these descriptions. And I mean, are there any obvious identifying features? Nasty scar down the left cheek or something, or
Not that your witness. Not that your witness.
spotted. Generic thugs. But it was 2 men and 1 woman, you say. I described the woman that we saw running away from the village. Could it have been that particular woman?
It could have been, yes. She bears an uncanny resemblance.
Mm-hmm. In that case, when I return from the temple that night, having notified the police, I shall talk to Hitoko again and let him know about that. It's not conclusive, but suspicious.
No, it's not, he says. When you say your witness didn't spot any identifying tattoos or anything like
No. I think the fact it was kind of generic Buddhist priest overrode that. But they were much swarthier, etc. General description.
Well, I suggest
him
we
I have
keep
most
our
of the
eyes
villain.
open for those individuals as well, then.
And I will pass that information on to the rest of the party. Just a general warning to everybody that those who look like Buddhist priests aren't necessarily Buddhist priests. Isn't that right, Yo-Yo? Sorry.
Well, how do we tell the difference?
You can tell a person by their actions.
Okay. What should we do if we do suspect somebody is not what they appear to be?
Just be
Even
careful.
Jeff.
Watch them.
All right. Hey, guys.
Jeff.
Hello. I'm bringing in the reserves if needed.
You've just survived a severe fire in the town of Yosida.
Okay.
During this fight, you gained 8 on.
Okay.
And how much Budo did you have?
I'm opening that up right now. I had 6.
Okay, you can have another 4 then, so to take you to 10.
What? Okay, great.
That means you're second level as well as everybody else then, you see.
Okay.
You're bushy, Jeff.
That's awesome.
You get to roll. I know you're a Badoka.
No,
What is
he's
it?
a Badoka, so he rolls a d10.
D10 for hit points.
D10? Okay. I will roll that right now. Ah!
Unlucky man.
No. That's a 7, sir.
Oh, best kind GM we've got.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Wonderful.
No, I don't
what
allow
was
people to
stated-
roll 1s on their hit dice normally.
Yeah,
So
yeah, no, either do I. Okay. So...
I do something similar to
fortunately,
when I
all
run
the
a game.
Bushi rolled 7 apart from one who rolled 9, so 7's the minimum.
Okay. Oh, there we go. 7.
You are now level 2, and you've got 2 points of key.
Wow.
Right, just so that you are aware, your party leader, who is Imagawa at the moment, ordered everybody but Nobuhito to help get the goods that Hitiko is carrying in his porters to safety, which you
Okay.
did. Although the fire did tried its very best to surround you and burn you all to death.
Huh.
When you finally escaped the fire and it was put out, Okawa turned up in his loincloth, badly burnt, and said that he'd been in the middle of the fire fighting it as best he could. and you look at him and go, "That's not necessarily the best idea." And now you've spent a couple of days recuperating, so everybody's fully fit. And it's now the 2nd of Kizaragi, and you continue. And if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go put the light.
No worries. Yeah, Jess, second session in a row, I was down to under half hit points pretty quick.
Yeah. Geez, I know the first one was brutal on you. Yeah.
It was quite brutal.
So,
So
so
I did
and
rush into the
again,
middle of
yeah.
the fire and try to act courageously.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, that
He did act courageous. That's one of the reasons he got so badly burnt.
Yeah, I got
Oh, yeah.
like when everyone else was getting 8 and 10 on, I got 60.
that's great.
Yeah,
Yes. And when everybody else was losing 2 hit points, you were losing 20.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
I kind of look like a bit like Deadpool now, but it is what it is.
I was gonna say you probably look a little rough,
Yeah.
but
He's had to have a new set of clothes.
for sure.
Well, the first one burnt off him, you see. That's why he was so badly hurt.
Yeah.
Right. On the last day, on the first day of Kizaragi, just as you're going to bed that night, Hamatada turns up, and he looks at the bit of paper and he asks, "Are you Imagawa Michinori?"
Hi, I am.
Okay. He then goes through and names all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know what you've done, he says, but you've to the attention of some people whom it's probably best not to. And he hands you a piece of paper. And on it are your names and a small amount of money, and somebody wants you dead.
Yeah.
And this was on the night before the second, sorry, still.
Yeah, you're still on the first mistake because
Yeah.
something else happens on the second. I'm getting ahead of mine.
No, it's cool. Just
Can I ask where you
checking my notes.
can I ask where you got this information?
He pauses for a minute. You certainly can.
Is he hesitating for a payment, or is he just gathering his thoughts?
No.
Saying
He's
you-
just given him permission to ask where he got the information.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Are you going to answer?
It's like, can I ask you a question? You already have.
Okay.
In that case, if our colleague doesn't ask the question, I will ask it for him.
I'm waiting for a response. As I
You
concerned,
haven't
it was
asked him the
obvious what I was
question yet.
asking.
No,
Yeah.
you asked him, could you ask him? And he said yes.
No,
You haven't actually asked
as far
him.
as I'm concerned, I've made it obvious what I wanted to know.
Yes,
So
and
I'm
I would
waiting for it.
I would agree with him on this one.
Right.
From a rank point of view, he's
when-
been asked
when
a
he-
question, we expect an answer.
When he comes out of the trance, he says, "Rio no Saifu."
Rio no Saifu?
Yeah. Who's?
Hang on a second. He was in a Is he a Gakusho in non-Gakusho dress? I can think to myself.
Right, I've spelt it in the Discord chat,
Okay.
and in English it means Dragon of the West Wind.
Oh wow. That sounds important
Mm.
and slightly intimidating.
So just a hunch because the wind was blowing and there was fire that we had to battle. Was the wind blowing from east to west?
It wasn't to start with, but it was at the end.
So is this dragon of the west the one who potentially started the fire?
Yeah.
Right. Another name for this particular person is the Kami of the West Wind. Okay.
I think I lost a bit there, Tim. You went silent for a while. You said it was Rio no Sifu, that I didn't hear anymore.
The
Just,
Dragon of the
okay.
West
Go over that
Wind.
again.
And the Kami
Yeah.
of the West Wind.
She's also
Yeah.
known as the Kami of the West Wind.
So she's the one who gave you this information.
Yes, says Hamilton.
Not looking
know-
at him, but looking at the rest of the party. Do we think this is tied in with our encounter the other day? Meaning, you know, the I really don't want to talk it in front of him, but where we followed, and we had the incident with the pit.
Oh, yeah.
You are entitled to think that they are linked.
I bow politely to Hatada and thank him for the information.
Well, you
How
did
is
ask.
Hatada dressed? How is Hatada dressed?
He's dressed as an Ashigaru Bushi.
who I believe is
Yes,
possibly
also
also a Shinto priest.
I shall turn around and walk off, shaking my head.
I shall ask him whether he knows what, and I describe the creature at the bottom of the pit, might be. I thought it might be a ghost or demon of some kind.
It's either a hungry ghost, a Gaki, or it's an Araburu Kami, he says. I can't tell without looking at it.
Right. I'll tell him where we saw it and that Hatiki is apparently reporting it about it to the daimyo.
Excellent, he says. Excellent. Well, I trust I haven't offended your companion, he says. And he bows politely and leaves. Oh, that's all we need, says Hitiko.
Right.
Apologies, Master. We appear to have done something we shouldn't. Or something we should, perhaps.
Yeah, I think we've tried to save
What
the
was his
city,
name,
someone's
Tim?
took offence to it.
But the
Sorry, what was
Bushi,
the guy who, yeah, who just told us that we were on the list, etc.
Hamatada, Hamatad.
Okay, thank you.
So where does...
Oh, incidentally, I will mention to the others that I believe that Hamatada probably just asked the Kami of the West Wind who had put the price on our heads, and that's where he got the information from. Not
Yeah.
that the Kami of the West Wind was involved in the
No,
fire.
that's the person that gave him the info.
Yes.
So he's praying. If he's getting the answers from the kami, he must be some sort of priest.
Well, that's why I asked him if about the creature at the bottom of the pit. He might know more about it than I do. Right, so we have to venture into Bandit Alley, and they've probably got little cartoons of each of us. Oh, look, he's more valuable.
Yeah.
So as a matter of interest, how much am I worth? Hopper?
3 cocoa at the moment.
What? That's far too much. Who's the most valuable member of the party? Who's got the highest price on their heads?
Imagawa and Ashikata. They're worth cool 10 koku each. You rapidly realise that the prices are based on your caste,
You're
as
right.
it were, and your rank. So Nick, where does your character go when he storms on?
It doesn't go far. I'm just leaving that room to someone else nearby.
Okay. In that case, you see Hamatada come out, but he doesn't appear to notice you. Not unless you want him to.
No, I'm.
Oh well. If you do not enter the tiger's cave, you will not catch its cub.
Okay.
I'll make sure everybody's ready for the journey tomorrow.
Yep, will be. Also, no. Yep.
Right, the second of Kizaragi, you cross the river into the next province, which is which, if I remember rightly, is Totomi province. Waiting on the far side of the river is a man you will recognise. His name is Jinka. And he waits till you've all got forward, and he comes forward, bows politely. I'm sorry, sir, but you appear to be a little late. Hitika goes, yes, well, that's because somebody tried to burn down Yosida last night. Well, sorry, 3 nights ago. What? Who would do such a thing? Well, if I knew, then I might be able to do something about it, he says. What about your mission? Sir? What, you have a report, do you not? Jinka looks at the rest of you. You may speak freely in front of them. Certainly, sir. My contact in Senpu says that Kamata-sama is not currently in Yedo. Well, where is he then? I believe he's in Sendai, sir. What? What's he doing up? Talking to the Shogun, sir, I believe. What? Why is he talking to the Shogun? I don't know, sir. I'm not privy to that sort of conversation. Do you have any other news? Well, his apprentice is still there, sir. So we can deliver. You can fulfill your mission. I'd be bloody glad to too, he says. Thank you. Please return to Nagoya and await further instructions. Sir. He then bows. Jinka then bows politely to you lot and gets on the ferry and crosses the river. Go back to Yosida and see if you can hire some more men. So, and you then march down the road to the next village.
Out of interest, Tim, just when we formed up in the morning, were we missing any porters or guards, or we got new people replacement? Did we lose anybody in the fire?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Several people were badly hurt. I mean, none of they got, but I say I rolled the numbers, and some came fairly close, but nobody actually died. Mainly because you chose to evacuate the hotel, sorry, the inn, rather than stay and fight the fire, which would have led to more casualties. Which is one reason why you got some extra Budo in that.
Good.
That was the only stupid one.
I'm pleased everyone's out.
Well, the point is that you are expected to go and fight the fire, you see, unless you've got a good reason not to. And you lot had. Okay, Nobuhito chose to go and be brave. Well, maybe next time you'll think twice about doing it. However, if you're caught shirking a fire, you can face imprisonment, flogging, and/or death, depending on how badly they react to you. So you might want to remember that as players. Right,
How,
at the end of the day, go on.
No, I was just going to ask, how do we see Hachiko take this information? Is he quite shook up, or no, this just changes the plan a little bit if we kind of, observe him?
He was annoyed.
Okay.
Best way of putting it.
Okay.
Not too annoyed, but he was more shocked that the man he's going to go and visit in Yada was talking to somebody in Sendai, which is where the Shogun is based. He doesn't like that idea at all.
Okay.
Right. You reached the village of Kakuai. Kaku. As you approach the village, Hachiko will casually mention this is a very small village of G samurai. So be careful how you act. Okay. For those of you who don't know, G samurai are free landholders who are beholden to no daimyo and no other samurai other than their family head.
So they have no law, basically. They're in charge on their land.
Okay.
That is correct.
Okay. Noted.
You get to stay in a fairly small. No, I as a games master wrong there. The inn, the the hunter's bargain is much bigger than you would expect a village of this size to have.
Okay, and is it specifically fancy inside, or just specifically big? Particularly big,
A lot of you will like to find it quite objectionable because they've got trophy heads mounted on the wall, such as of bears and tigers and other such things.
Maybe alright.
And,
Don't hear you in this group.
And a lot of the talk in there is of hunting and fishing, as it were, in the modern sense, of going out there and shooting stuff, merely because you can, not because you need to eat it.
Hunting, shooting, and fishing.
So they hunt and fish for sport round here.
That's the impression you get.
Perhaps these G samurai keep their land well stocked with good animals and stuff, and that's why this place is so affluent. If all these hunters are spending their money here.
That's a very good way of putting it.
Thanks. Did my brain work for once? It's not bad when it gets going sometimes, like.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're
Okay,
staying here. We're going to stay here for the night in the end. Is that what?
Yeah. That's what happens. You travel a small distance each day and stop at each inn, and
Okay.
Hitiko does business there.
Okay.
Which is one reason why it's taking you so long to get to Yedo, because yourselves would get there in about half the time, if not quicker than that.
For the business he does.
But all the porters are slowing you down.
And the fact that we're stopping and Shichiko is bargaining and buying and selling everywhere, yes.
That's right, yeah.
All right. Well, try to keep an extra eye out since we know there's a price on our head. I'm not really sure. I know Morikawa doesn't know anyone here, so he's not going to know someone who's looking for him compared to someone who's not. But just to be watchful. Anyone looking at drawings or looking at descriptions or just keeping an eye on us, just being watchful.
No, they are polite, but withdrawn. And the talk you hear is about hunts that have happened, hunts that are happening, and hunts that are about to happen. And unless you're heavily into the hunting and fishing and that sort of thing, it's not very interesting. There's not even any gambling in the inn, which could relieve some stress, as it were.
I'm just listening to the tales about the length of the one that got away and such like.
Yeah. I do have fishing, so I can at least make some small talk if not
Getting a conversation with someone at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have hunting as well.
Okay, in which case, those of you with hunting and fishing, it makes more sense what they're discussing. And they are concerned about the way some of the local wildlife is acting. Right? And when you listen closely enough, you hear the word Kumo mentioned more times than is good for people. But they take it as good sport because it means you get to kill more of them. And those of you who are not into that sort of thing go, I really want to get out of this village. It's got a bad vibe for those people who are pacifistic and pious, as it were.
I said I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just keeping myself to myself.
Oh, yeah. I will point out that there is roast boar on the menu if you want to eat it.
No. I'm quite happy with my bowl of rice. Can I successfully beg a bowl of rice from the inn?
Of course.
Oh, good.
Do you want something in your?
Yeah, we don't have to. We don't have to beg. You're with us, and we are like paid for at the ends. Why are you begging? You've got a
Well,
paid for meal.
He wants no ties. He wants to oh no one.
Yeah, it's brother Francis. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. You actually get some fish and some pickles with your rice. We're not that mean.
Very good.
Right.
Is there some temple or shrine in the village, or is it just?
There
Bluff-
are no
bluff
temples or
country
shrines in
farmers?
most of these villages. They're very, very tedious like that.
Hmm. Right. Well, I'll check it. Check the porters for blisters as usual, and get them and make sure they're okay for the evening.
Okay, yeah. Well, most of them aren't suffering blisters anymore because they've been carrying this stuff for long enough.
Well, they had 2 days off, didn't they? Their feet might have softened.
Blisters have just developed an extra thick skin now.
With the talk of the Kumo, is there any indication of it being a stronger presence in a certain direction or a distance?
Tim, you there?
Yeah, I'm just working it out.
Oh, right, fine. Sorry.
It would appear to be in the general direction that is northeast of where you are.
And is that the direction that we're traveling?
No, it's about 45 degrees out from where you're traveling because you're traveling more west-northwest.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, north-northwest. Right, I'm going to move us to the 8th of Kizaragi.
Ooh.
You have passed through several more villages, but they're not very interested at the moment, and I'm not sure that you really want to know that you stopped at this inn for this long and all that sort of rubbish. And you reach the village that I'm about.
We don't spot anyone kind of eyeing us.
No
Well,
more
I
massa.
guess that's a crazy question. Any more than usual, though? I mean, I assume as we come in villages, they're all taking a look. But
Oh yeah. You've met nobody suspicious so far.
okay.
Okay. When you get into this village, the first thing you notice is that there is not just one samurai-style house, but there are two. One of which is slightly bigger than the other. Right. The first one is on the Tokaido, and I shall put you on a little map, which hopefully you.
Is that what I think it is? Is that a scanned, hand-drawn map?
Heck yeah.
That is an absolute thing.
It's
of
actually a
beauty.
photograph, but
A
yeah.
Yeah, a photograph of a hand-drawn map. That's the thing of beauty. Remind you of anything, Dave? Dave W.
The willow of something.
I see the yellow orchid here.
The yellow orchid. Yeah.
Right, you've come in along the road from at the top end of the map, okay? Now, the first thing you come
Yeah.
across is a watch post, which has got 2 Ashigaru in it who look at you, nod politely, and let you go through. You'll make
Very
your
good.
way down to the Yellow Orchid, which is
The inn.
At the end.
where you'll be staying.
Very good. What's the pie symbol? Is it a pie?
That's the Torrigate, sir.
Ah. Shouldn't have right.
It is just a Torrigate. There is no pagoda or anything with it, but there's a little bit of area around it which is cultivated.
Do you want to know something funny? Sorry to go off topic and out of character for a second. It's actually pronounced P.
Fair enough. Presumably we can't tell what the writing in the other buildings are unless we actually go and investigate. So we shall just continue on watching for trouble appearing from behind houses.
It doesn't yet.
Keep a hand on my bow.
A man dressed in police uniform comes to see you, and he speaks to Hitiko, and he says, "I'm sorry, sir, but the road ahead is closed by order of Goto Masanabe." And why is there is a large force of bandits in the area, sir, and he has ordered us to hold any trains coming through here or at Zuragawa village, just up the road. Indeed it is, sir, and I apologise on behalf of his. No, there's no need to apologise. If that's it, that's it.
Or is Hitiko going to have us stay here or move up the road to the next village?
He sends some guys forward, and they come back to say that there's a force of samurai blocking the road, a battery out up the road, sir, and they don't look like they're going to let anybody through. Whose samurai were they? Well, they were wearing the Goto mod, sir, so they're the daimyo's. All right. Well, we'll have to stay here then, he says. Imagawa.
Yes, Tim.
Have you any battle strategies?
No, I don't.
Oh. Yuko, front and center.
Here?
You have some Senjo Jutsu, do you?
I do.
Alright. You are in charge of defending the village.
All right.
Okay.
Might I ask how many other merchants and trains are here?
None. There's just you.
Okay, we could have done with some more troops.
Yes.
Right. Late in the evening, a force of 1 Ronin and 20 Ashigaru turn up, and you realise that Aragamu's brought some reinforcements. And I'm going to stop it there because the next action will be a very large fight or another battle strategy, depending on how you choose to operate.
Nice.